Step into the shadows where dark thoughts erupt like blisters under the skin. Welcome to Shivers, short horror stories. A journey through time, space, and the unearthly fates that lie in wait for us all. The factory. Rain. It pounds against the shattered windows of the old factory. Shadows dance on rusted machinery. The smell of decay hangs in the air. Aisha leads the way. Her flashlight cuts through the darkness. All right, we're inside. Let's stick together and see if we can find anything interesting, Aisha says, her voice barely above a whisper. Miguel fiddles with his camera. Night vision mode. I heard there's an old office on the top floor. Might find some cool stuff there. Natalie, gripping her flashlight like a lifeline, scans the room. This place gives me the creeps. It's like something out of a horror movie. Dustin laughs. Relax, Natalie. We'll be out of here before you can say junkyard sale. Besides, if we find anything valuable, we can split the profits. They move through the corridors, footsteps echoing in the empty halls. Darkness presses in on them. Rusted metal, broken glass. Every step is a negotiation. The deeper they go, the more oppressive the atmosphere becomes. It's as if the factory itself is alive, watching them, waiting. Hey, check this out, Miguel says, his flashlight illuminating graffiti on a wall. Looks like this place was a hot spot for taggers. Aisha chuckles. Yeah, too bad their art skills are as bad as their spelling. Natalie laughs, but it's nervous. Let's just keep moving. I want to get this over with. They move deeper into the factory. Corridors twist and turn like a maze, jokes and ribbing to keep the fear at bay. They stop to inspect debris, old machinery. The occasional creak and groan of the building sends shivers down their spines. Did you guys hear that? Natalie asks, her voice trembling. Miguel shrugs. Probably just the wind. This place is falling apart. They reach a stairwell, the steps leading up into darkness. Aisha hesitates, but Dustin is already bounding up the stairs. Come on, slowpokes. Let's see what's up here. At the top, they find themselves in a large, dimly lit room. The ceiling stretches high above, the rafters crisscrossing like the bones of a giant beast. Old conveyor belts and rusted machinery loom like forgotten sentinels. Dust motes dance in the beam of their flashlights. The walls are lined with cracked and broken windows, the rain tapping a relentless rhythm against the glass. This place is massive, Aisha whispers, her voice swallowed by the vastness of the room. Look over there, Miguel points. At the far end, a door hangs ajar, leading to a smaller office space. The room beyond is barely visible, cloaked in shadow. They approach cautiously. The office is a stark contrast to the rest of the factory. It's cluttered, but in a different way. Papers are scattered across the floor, remnants of a bygone era. But on the desk, a pile of electronics sits, wires and gadgets tangled together. Unlike the rest of the decaying surroundings, the electronics are newer, incongruous with the dilapidated setting. Those look out of place, Natalie says, eyeing the devices. No way, Miguel breathes. Do you think any of this stuff is valuable? Dustin grins. Only one way to find out. They edge closer, excitement and apprehension mixing in their stomachs. Aisha feels the hairs on the back of her neck stand up. There's something off about this. It's clear now. This was someone's stash. A hoard of pilfered gadgets, far too new for this ancient ruin. Dustin moves forward, eyes locked on the electronics. He steps into the room, and the instant he does, a hidden tripwire snaps. Without warning, a door fitted with rusty spikes swings open from the side, slamming into Dustin. His scream cuts short as his body is lifted and pinned to the door, lifeless and dangling. Aisha's breath catches. Dustin! Miguel's eyes are wide, panicked. "Run! We need to get out of here, now!" Natalie and Miguel bolt. Aisha stays frozen. Dustin's lifeless body swings like a grotesque pendulum. The factory walls close in, dread suffocating her. Aisha tunes out her friend's footsteps as they run down the hall. The silence is deafening. Then, two pops, gunshots. The sickening thud of bodies hitting the floor. "No, no, no," Aisha whispers. Tears stream down her face. She's paralyzed. Terror roots her in place. She regrets everything. Footsteps, fast, getting closer. No time to run. She hides behind a column. The column is cold and dirty, the grime sticking to her clothes. Her slim figure barely concealed. The footsteps slow, then pause. Aisha's breath is shallow. She can hear the ragged breathing of the man, a staccato rhythm of desperation. She waits, her entire body tensed. The air grows thicker with the stench of an unwashed body and rancid sweat. The smell is overwhelming, like a mix of rotting food and old urine. It's clear he's been squatting here for a while, setting traps, creating a home in this grimy wasteland. She hears him muttering to himself, incoherent ramblings about shiny things and the voices. The factory's darkness swallows his words, but the paranoia in his voice is unmistakable. He shuffles past her hiding spot, moving with a jerky, disjointed gait. Aisha can barely see him, but the flicker of her flashlight catches his silhouette. His eyes dart around wildly, reflecting the light like a feral animal. He's clearly high, tweaking on some sort of drug, his movements erratic and unpredictable. He stumbles over Dustin's body, his eyes lingering on the gruesome sight. He mutters something unintelligible, a mix of disgust and fascination. The man's presence is suffocating, his aura of madness palpable. Aisha's heart pounds so loudly she's afraid he'll hear it. He stays there, shuffling through the electronics on the desk, muttering to himself. Aisha knows this is her only chance. With a final glance at the abandoned factory, Aisha bolts toward the entrance. The man turns, eyes lock onto her. He yells something indescribable, but what's clear are the two shots he fires off while running after her. Aisha doesn't look back. She sprints through the factory, her legs fueled by sheer terror. She cuts herself on jagged metal and broken glass, but she doesn't stop. Blood mixes with rain as she reaches the broken window they had used to enter and scrambles through it, the sound of gunshots echoing in her ears. She runs through rain-soaked streets, desperate for someone to hear her, to help her. In their quest for excitement, the friends discovered that some places are left abandoned for a reason.